Welcome back. Section 7, we will focus on AWS Compute Services. Before that, let's highlight a few items on the AWS console now that you have logged in. When you log in to the AWS console through your browser, this is your landing page. Remember, you can access this via CLI and SDK as well. Let's highlight some of the items we have already reviewed. This is the account you are logged into. Underneath that is your organizations, which we won't click into, but it's there. This is the region you're operating out of. Again, there are 33 of them as of this recording. Here is AWS IAM, where you can create users, groups, policies, and roles. Here is where you will find the other AWS services. There is 200 plus services in this list. Let's take a closer look at this list. Yep, 200 plus services. Don't worry, we will make this simple for you throughout this course. Notice that the services are categorized by what is called technology domain. You may ask yourself, why AWS created all these services? Well, most of them were created based on customer feedback. You see, each technology domain, as well as its corresponding services, provides a specific capability for businesses and their application. For example, Facebook and Google may have requirements that are similar, but also distinct to each of their businesses. This is what the exam will be testing you on. It will provide you a business application and their requirements, and you must select the right service that will fulfill a requirement. This happens at various levels across the different AWS exams. At the practitioner level, you simply select the service that matches the question's requirements. At the associate and professional level, you will have to architect a solution by putting together services to satisfy a complex use case. Let's go and review a few compute services that will be on the exam. To help paint a picture, let's use your computer as an analogy of what I mean by the different technology domain. Inside your computer, you have hardware and software components that you're familiar with. We can configure or select all these components by leveraging a service called AWS Elastic Compute or AWS EC2. You can think of this as like the base form of your cloud computer. Remember, these are powerful computers, not your regular laptop, and you're renting them per hour. So you must worry about cost, but more on that later. Let's look at some of its features at a high level. EC2 are referred to as servers, virtual machines, instances. They all mean the same thing. There are over 500 instance types that you can choose from. Depending on your choice of storage, memory, CPU, and networking, the 500 instances are categorized into general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, or accelerated computing. This is all dependent on what your application and user requirements are. You can also choose from a list of operating systems or bring your own operating system. From there, you can add any application to it or build your own custom application on it with any programming language. You can also choose who can access this server from the internet via security groups. We will go over this in more depth in the networking lecture. You can rent the instances on demand, meaning you spin up the instances, use it for however long you like, then turn it off when you're done. This is good if you can't commit to using the instances for 1 to 3 years. If you can commit to using the instances for 1 to 3 years, you can purchase something called reserved instances. With reserved instances, AWS provides you with a significant discount for doing that. Saving plans are another form of reserved instances, except you can use only for compute services. There's also something called spot instances. You see, AWS manages hundreds of thousands of computers in a data center. Sometimes there are excess computers not doing anything. That is a significant cost for AWS. So AWS offers spot instances. These are offered for a significant discount, sometimes up to 90% compared to on-demand pricing. You can purchase these at the discounted rate for as long as it is available at that rate. When AWS EC2 demand increases, AWS will increase the price of the spot instance, and you can choose to pay for the new price or not. You can place your EC2 in any of the 33 regions, but it is a regional service. You can also choose an Amazon machine image. This is essentially a pre-built template with software configurations like operating system and applications already pre-built for you to get started quickly. There are many other features built into EC2, but that should cover anything that might pop up on the exam. As always, thank you for your support. For the full course, slides, practice exam, and labs, please visit our website at havtechcorp.com. For feedback, questions, and comments, please message me at info@havtechcorp.com.